Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Supposed to go live at 5, but it's 4:45, 4:55 right now. And energy is not my friend. So I was like, look, if I don't hit go live now, they won't get they won't get a go. Well, they won't get a live. There we go. Because I'm ready to take a nap. Although at this hour, it's not really a nap, is it? So I figured I'd hit go live now while I still had at least a half ounce of energy, but I'm ready to go to sleep. But I have so much work to do. I have designs that have to be done, completed, printed, everything, and out the door tomorrow. Oh my gosh. O-M to the G. I was tired, y'all, but it's okay. We are going to still do our Ask the Professor. I'm going to do a Q&A all this week because it is National Small Business Week and also Small Business Month. So yeah, we're going to still do the Q&A, although I am a bit out of it. How are you guys doing? Hello, Samantha. Hello, Mary. Hello, Dario. I will be on for about 45 minutes, no more than an hour. Promise it'll be no more than an hour this time. What was I going to say? I forget. But yeah, anyhow, it is Q&A time. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and post your comments below. And I just realized that I'm very tired. I did not go live on Facebook. All right, so there we go. Now Facebook is in the mix, in the mix, in the mix. I know I really do need a power nap right about now. I really do. I need to be able to take a nap and then get back up because I have to finish these designs. Like I have to. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to finish these designs because they have to be shipped off. I mean, if I wait any day longer, I'm going to end up paying an extreme amount of for shipping because I'm going to have to ship it very, very, very on one of the fastest ones to get there. So. But how is everyone? Hello, and how are you? Ooh, hello from Colombia. Well, hello. I am sleepy. I so need a power nap. But for me, I always tell my husband to wake me up. Like I want to take a power nap. Like just give me a real quick power nap, little cat nap. Always time to wake me up. And he's like, oh, whatever. I saw that you were tired. I didn't want to wake you up. I'm just like, dude, it was supposed to be a quick nap. Like wake me up just enough to recharge. Nope. So I have to tell MJ, but MJ will probably be scared to come wake me up because he's done it before. It's like, mommy said she only wants to sleep an hour. And then he's like, daddy told me not to wake you up. I tried to wake you up, but I'm going to get it in one way or the other. Hello, everyone. All right. I knew what it was. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the questions. And while you guys are typing out your questions, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. And because I've been in front of this computer, I did not clean my office. It is a hotmess.com in here. So there will be no camera on me. It'll be all screen. So the more questions from Silhouette Studio or things I can show you on the screen, the better, because then it won't seem like you're just looking at a screen and listening to my voice. But yeah, I am Shakia. The name of my company is Silaholics Anonymous. I do live tutorials, classes, boot camps. We have our new memberships now available, all in the effort to teach you guys how to use Silhouette Studio and how to do different crafts and things like that, or things for business and whatnot. We also have our product line, Honestly Speaking, which has currently has pigment ink, sublimation paper, and more to come. All right. Do I teach silhouette for beginners? I sure do. I sure do. Do you have any questions for me right now? Man, look here. Exactly. Nap. Everybody, nap. Forget a shot. I need a nap right about now. So as far as your machine, there really isn't too much to set it up. One of the key things that you want to do, oh wait, I have to remove this. Hold on. Is you're going to go to the Silhouette America website, which on your machine, it's also going to tell you that. So you're going to go over to www.silhouetteamerica.com. You're going to go to software. Now, I don't know the power of your particular computer. You can, then you're going to go to desktop software. You can try to install the most current version. I don't find that it is like the greatest. I'm not a big fan of version 4.4. There were a lot of bugs in it. It doesn't work with a lot of people's computers. But you can try this one. If it doesn't, let's say it's very slow and laggy and glitchy, you can always go down by going to the legacy version. And then I use 4.3.370, but you can try one of the newer versions of Silhouette Studio. Once you have that set up, that's really, especially if you have like a 4, that's really it as far as like really setting it up. I've never registered any of my machines, but you can register them if you want. You will create an account on Silhouette America's website, because that's going to give you access to your library if you want to ever upgrade. You'll have to have, of course, that login in order to upgrade and things like that. But the core, like the main thing for these really is the program. After that, it's a matter of designing and putting your blade in there. I did a video when I first got mine, and it was a live unboxing of it, just to kind of go through some of the different features on it and how it differed from all of my other machines. So you definitely can check that out. I'm not sure which YouTube channel. Well, you're watching on Facebook. So if you go to Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube, so search Silaholics Anonymous Cameo 4 unboxing, and you will see that video. I joined yesterday. I don't know how to get in access to the videos. I can find them. I can only see about 4 or 5 what classes or so if you go into, have you gone into the class and look at the different videos that are there right now, depending on which one you signed up for, you may only see your one for what's the thing called? Essentials to Silhouette Studio, the Tracing Boot Camp, and the Tracing Masterclass, and the Text Effects Boot Camp. So you may only technically see those as of right now. And there are a few videos, actually, I don't even know if that's released yet in the Vault, but all the videos will start to, like, as far as like the membership one, will start to drop next week. So for the, I did it that way. So for those who are brand new to my platform and they've never looked at Essentials to Silhouette Studio, it gives you time to kind of see the program because I don't know where everyone kind of is. So you can at least start by reviewing the Essentials of Silhouette Studio. That way, once those other videos drop, it won't be a complete like, whoa, what is this? How do you even start text? So I'm not going to start to drop those. But under yours, you should see something depending on which one you have. Not sure if you signed up for doctorate, master's, or bachelor's, but you should see it's going to show up like a course that says bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, whichever one you have, membership access. You're going to click on that and follow the instructions on the text that is there in order to get access to the videos and the live sessions that will drop next week. So yes, I announced that yesterday, Sandra. They will the videos for that and the practice assignments for that will officially start to drop next week so that those who are completely new to my platform can at least start with the basics and watch Essentials of Silhouette Studio a couple of times, take notes so that way when those practice assignments drop and those lessons and those practice assignments drop, it won't be a complete like shock. But yes, I did announce yesterday the memberships. There were discounts yesterday because it was announced yesterday. But if you go straight to my website, you will see them. This one you can't do just yet, but here they are available. Can you show me how to crop an image after making it a JPEG? Okay, so I don't know what you mean as far as after making it a JPEG, but this right here is a JPEG. So it doesn't matter what you like what image you have, whether it's something you made and you saved as a JPEG, or if it's a JPEG that you bring in, whatever your shape is or your text or anything like that, you're going to place it over your design, select it, go over to modify and choose crop. And it's going to crop it down. So you just select both items, modify and crop. I can't remember the difference between PNG and SVG. SVG is a vector file. I can never save this. This is actually, what was this? PNG and JPEG pretty much are solid flattened design. So this was made up of several different things. I end up saving them as one. So now I cannot ungroup them to like unlayer them, but they're made up of several different PNGs and JPEGs. So it just means a solid image. When you take a picture on your phone, that's a JPEG. If you remove the background and you save it from a program that has transparent background features, you can save it as a PNG. PNGs normally just means that there is no background to it. As for now, an SVG, you cannot save this as an SVG because it's a bitmap. It's going to show up as black. For something to be saved as an SVG, it's just a file format. SVG just is a file extension, just like a Word extension, an Excel extension, a PowerPoint extension, Photoshop. It's just, whatever your file name is, .svg. Whatever your file name is, .silhouette, Studio 3. Whatever your file name is, doc, EXL, PSD. That's all SVG is. But what can be saved as an SVG is something that is vector. It's not made up of pixels. So you can just make a box. You filled this box with color. Guess what? If you have the proper program or you take it to like, oh God, what's that thing called? Ideas R Us, you can save that square as an SVG. There is no particular design that is an SVG. SVG just means scalable vector graphics. So anything that is a vector that is made up of paths. So there is a path there, and it's filled with a solid color, is a vector image or vector design, and can be saved as an SVG. So I have a vector version of this. This is not my SVG or vector version. This is my PNG. If I double click, I just have 2 dots around it. I don't have edit points all the way around it. So that's kind of that in a nutshell. Send me a screenshot of what you are referring to. Yes, so do you not see Essentials of Silhouette Studio, Text Effects, and all of those? Do you not see those classes? It all depends on the blade you're using and things like that. For me, if you're talking about just smooth, are you talking about heat transfer vinyl that's glitter smooth? Are you talking about adhesive vinyl, 651, 631? For me, it's different settings depending on what the material is. So you have to tell me a little bit more detail, because vinyl means a lot of different things. There's holographic vinyl, glitter vinyl, smooth vinyl, flock vinyl, 651 vinyl, 631 vinyl. So you have to give me a little bit more for that one. I need love and affection. I'm going to take a look at this to make sure that there is nothing missing. So let's go into admin. Okay, so if you're trying to sign up for the one that is $50 per month, that means you signed up for the Y, or the bachelor's program. So let me go into bachelor's membership. Okay. And then I'm going to click. Oh, wait, no. Oh, you know what? This is the wrong one. Ooh, that is the wrong thing under bachelor's. Oh, wow. Hold on. Oh, no, master's. No, bachelor is correct. I'm supposed to be under master. So hold on. No, that is correct. Doctorate membership access. Let's see. Master membership access. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see why. Yep, that one was still set to private. Okay, there we go. You should now be able to access it. That was still set to private, but you should be all good now. So try it whenever you're back at your computer, and you should be able to set it up. Oh, wait, hold on. Right. All right, now I'm trying to figure out, 1 second, for those who are trying to get into the master, don't pay the 105. Well, don't pay that again. I don't know, something's funky is going on here. Let's just see. Courses, memberships, Masters of Studio Design Engineering, pricing. All right, settings and copy. All right. There it goes. All right. So yeah, now it says subscribe now. There you go. All right. It's all set up and it should all be fixed, but yeah, I still had it set to private. All righty. Do you have a video on slicing words? What do you mean by slicing words? Because that can mean 1,001 different things. Are you referring to slice because you are a Cricut user? Are you just trying to split something in half? Are you trying to make it where the top is one color, the bottom is another color? That can mean a couple different things. So I need a little bit more information on what it is that you're trying to do. For HTV, I'm guessing smooth. I personally use Blade 3 speed, anywhere from 2 to 5, depending on the design. If it's something that's more intricate, I want it to cut a little bit slower, I will use the lower setting. Something that's not so intricate, and I also have a really good blade, I can go around like 5, 6, somewhere in there. And my force is normally at 11, but I use a Cricut mat, which is a little bit thicker. You might be able to get away with using just a force of 8 to 10, somewhere in there. So I can only give you a generalized kind of range because I don't know how new your blade is. If you're using the blade for paper crafting and for cutting vinyl, those things play a part in how your blade cuts. Haha, I know I haven't cut the puff vinyl. A picture with words cut out. That's not slicing. So you want to have a picture and put words in it, like the words are cut out of the picture. So let's say I bring in, let's go. So let's just say I bring in sunset. I'm ready for a nap. So, ooh, this one's pretty. Ooh, I like this one. So we're going to go right click. Ooh, no, right click, copy image. We're going to bring this over to Silhouette Studio. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right. So if I wanted to type out sunset, oh, come on. I need to put color so I can easily move it. All right, so if I wanted this cut out of the background here, I'm just going to hold down Shift, select the image, go over to modify and choose subtract. And the word sunset is now cut out of here. So you see there's white there, now there's not. So now it's transparent. So a picture with words cut out. So That's how I interpreted that. If that's not what you were looking for, then you have to give me a better example. But that's how I interpreted a picture with the words cut out. So it's not slicing, you would do subtract. Okay, so you said thank you. So that means I interpreted it correctly. Awesome sauce. Hi, Jesse. It was grayed out because the wrong link was there and you're already signed up for it. So go back into there, go back to Masters, so enrolled in monthly membership, click on the link and it'll take you to the right link. But there's no content there just yet. That content will not be available until next week. I want for you guys to go through Essentials of Silhouette Studio and go through all of that. So definitely, do the enrollment, but the content will start to drop next week. And there will be a live scheduled for next week as well. Nap, 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 nap. Everybody, I need a nap, 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 nap. Everybody. Let's see. We are at 26 minutes. So we're going to, as long as you guys keep the questions going, we will stay on. It's Ask the Professor. So feel free to post your questions that are silhouette related, papercraft related, HTV. I always put 651, but I should just put adhesive vinyl because it can be for 631, 951, like 7, all those different ones if you have questions about it. Sublimation, Epson printers, business tips, and more. Feel free to go ahead and drop your questions in the comment sections, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. It is National Small Business Week, so I'm trying to help out my fellow small business owners by helping you in any way I can and answer any questions that will help you in your business.
I feel like
All right, so next question from Minnie. When I type out the word and try to change the font, it's like it keeps going back to the top of the list. Okay, yeah, that is a weird glitch. There is really nothing you can do when that happens other than restart Silhouette Studio or just you can try to tab down, but yeah, that's a weird little glitch. Sometimes, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say that. Sometimes if you open up a new design page on that design page, it might act correctly. If you open up a new design page and it still does that, you'll have to save everything, shut it all down, open it back up. It's just a weird glitch that just happens out of nowhere. It happens to me. It actually happened to me yesterday, and it was driving me absolutely insane. Hey. All right, so good evening. I was unable to complete the live on yesterday or sign up due to the storm and tornado that happened in the metro area of Atlanta. Did the price change for the master class? Sign up starts to be asking questions that may have been asked already. Nope, it's fine. So technically, yes, the price has changed to the regular price that was a sales price. But if you are on my email list, there just might be a discount code that's coming through email. So be on the lookout for that. Do you set up your printer differently with each program you print from, or just the standard setup? Me personally, I use the exact same settings. Even when I go from Photoshop, a lot of people will go in here and let's say we go to print. Oh, wait, you guys can't see that. All right. So even from here, and I don't know what's going on with Photoshop. A lot of people, when they come to this one, they're changing things in here. They're changing the color like, you know, whatever this says, color management, they're changing the printer profile and changing all this stuff. I personally do not. When it comes time for me to print, I go to print settings, and I already have my print settings, my presets already set up. So, oh wait, I'm on the wrong printer. So if I go to my Epson 7720 that says sub print settings, and I do it the same way I would in Silhouette Studio. I'm going to choose the one that already has Adobe RGB and all that kind of good jazz. So I'm going to choose one of my presets. I print the same from every program. I don't go through all of this and change color profiles and document profiles and all of that. I do not. I just go to print settings. And if it's like, I don't print Sublimation from Word, but if you're doing it, you would just click on the one that says, I think it's like printer properties. But yes, I use the same settings. I'm trying to import my PNG from GIMP into Inkscape to make an SVG file. Is there a better way so that those images with lots of colors don't lose their color scheme? So you cannot, so if it has a lot of colors, you're not making it an SVG. In order for you to make something an SVG from a PNG, you have to trace it. And GIMP is actually not a great one because that is not, you're going from GIMP to Inkscape. So when you're in Inkscape, if you brought it in as a PNG, you have to trace it the same way that you would in Silhouette Studio, Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity Designer, Inkscape. You have to trace it to create those paths and those lines that makes it a vector image. So you cannot just save it as an SVG. You're going to lose, like, especially if it's fading and there's highlights and lowlights and things like that, you are going to lose that because you have to trace it. And if it has multiple colors, you have to trace every part of it. And if it's something that fades, you're not going to be able to get that with an SVG. It is going to be a sharp, defined line. So like an image like this can never be an SVG. You would never be able to isolate all of the elements within this to make them individual pieces that are solid. You know, there are a lot of transparent pixels in here. There's color that fades. This can never, ever be an SVG. It can, and I guess the issue is a lot of people think SVG means a high quality image. Yes and no, because it's not made of pixels. So if it was done correctly and it was saved at a high resolution, then yes, once it comes in as a PNG or JPEG or whatever, it's high resolution. But the ultimate thing is having a high resolution image. It doesn't have to be an SVG. It can be a JPEG. It can be a PNG. Just needs to be high resolution. Needs to be a picture that is clear. Any other questions? Block. I don't have time for the foolery. Last call for questions. If there are no other questions, this will be a very short Ask the Professor Q&A session. You said to use the ink that came with the printer, then use a sub ink. For which printer? Which printer are you referring to? If it is a workforce printer, yes. If it is an EcoTank, no. Yes, start with the Epson ink first. Okay, so I'm going to note that I'm going to talk about this at 37 minutes. I got a question from someone who wanted to know, it was in my inbox, I guess they missed the live yesterday, on how to print longer on the 2720. I'm guessing she has sublimation roll paper. So let's say you're going to print 8.5 by 36, or actually just take it to the max. So let's go 47, right? Because you can print for 8.5 by 47.24, because she's asking about the 2720. So you have that set up that way. When you go to print, File, Print. We're going to go to Preferences. And actually, let me go to my 2720, because there's actually one already there. So I have one here. Ooh, my phone just went dead. That says 8.5 by 47.24. So how you get that setting is under Document Size. You're going to go to User Defined. And here is where you will put your size. I think that's why I was going to go with 36. So I'm just going to put here 8.5 by 36. Oh, shoot. User Defined. 8.5 by 36, which it did save it to that size. I'm going to put this as 8.5 by 36. I'm going to save it. I'm going to hit OK. So now that is a size that I can select from my drop down. And that's how you print. And you just send it to print, just like any other print. If I want to make my name 3 different colors, how was this done? All right, so for me, best way to do this, I'm going to make that green just for the sake of this. I'm going to take a box and put it across the middle. I'm going to select it all. So I don't need the text box. So I'm going to select all of it, go over to Modify and choose Divide. I'm going to make it all just a color again. Just wanted you to be able to see the difference. I'm going to hold down Shift and delete all of these pieces that are in the middle that I don't need. And then at the top, we're going to group those together and make those a color. I'm going to come to the bottom. I'm going to group all of those together and make those a color. And then come through. I'm going to go from the top, hold down Shift, select the pink part, and make this a color and group. And we have made this 3 different colors using the divide function. I knew which one you were referring to. If it is new, use the ink with. If it's refurbished, yes, correct. You don't have to. So if it's new, you use the ink that came with it. If it is a refurbished printer, you do not have to use the ink that came with it because it's already been initialized. Can you safely switch ink brands and what type of printer? And do understand that, if it's a printer like the 15,000 or 1600, where you technically cannot drain the ink, if you mix 2 brands and they have the slightest different in color profile, you are going to see a difference in your prints, especially if you print it, like let's say you are in the middle of a job. It may not be that, that noticeable of a difference, like if you didn't have 2 things side by side. But if you're in the middle of a job and you just printed half of your stuff and then like print the other half with the other ink, you could potentially see a difference in the color if those particular inks are not the same. All of the inks are not quite created equally because they're slightly different profiles, although it's weird to me because all of the companies overseas that we are all getting them from tells us that they match the color profile of the workforce printers, like the 7720, 7710s, but they all are slightly different. So you can take the chance and kind of mixing it. Just be mindful that there could potentially be a slight difference in color. Some people have switched between different brands and never had an issue because they probably even came from the same vendor, just has a different label on it. But they've switched brands successfully and never had an issue. When using the Cricut mat on the 2, do I place the vinyl in the same place because the mats look differently visually? No, you do not. It is actually offset a little bit into the numbers. I have a full video on how I set up my mats by making a box, and it's a whole lengthy video. Well, I say lengthy, but it's a whole full video. And then there's the one of me putting it in the machine and then cutting it so I know exactly where to put my vinyl at. If you're not going edge to edge and your design isn't really close to the edge, you're okay. If you're doing print and cut, you definitely will have to quote unquote calibrate or set up your mat so that your material sits in the right spot. Yeah, so with the 15,000, only thing that you can do is print until there's no ink anymore from any particular color. So let's say you get your black is still filled, but your your cyan and your black, your cyan, and your yellow are still somewhat filled. Your magenta runs all the way out. It's like really, really low. You can put like a different brand of ink in that magenta. You don't have to fill the other ones. It's still going to kind of operate with the other inks. So then once your cyan gets really, 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 really low, you can, put the other one. I would not advise on you have like a half a tank of all the colors and then you just put a new one on top. Just let it run its course and print out basically until it's non-existent, and then put the new ink on, because there's no way to drain the ink out of the 15,000. And that video is on, I'm not sure which YouTube channel you are watching from, JB Swift, but that video is on the Silaholics Anonymous website. So just search Silaholics Anonymous Cricut mat in the YouTube search bar, and you should come up on that video of the computer program and setting it up, and then me actually showing you how to send it through the printer and take off the extra tape. Hopefully you're trying to switch to HS ink. We are at about 45 minutes, so last call for questions. I was actually trying to avoid the nap. Like, I really have work to do. So that's why I was like, I have no energy. Like, hope if I do this, it'll kind of give me my second win. I'm actually trying to avoid the nap. Because I already know my husband is not going to wake me up, dude. I know he's not. About setting up the printers for what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't remember answering the question. Do you mean about the print settings? Question above about setting up the printer. I'm not sure which question you're referring to. I was reading your mind. I'm a mind reader also, if you didn't know that. I was reading your mind. Isn't that funny how we as kids never want a nap, but as adults, we never get enough? Exactly. And sometimes, and like today, I actually should have taken a nap with Zion Imani, and I didn't. It's so many times where I try and get him to take a nap, and I'm like, okay, come on, lay down, Pa, let's go take a nap. And of course, nope, he is full of energy, and I'm the one that usually ends up falling asleep, and he's wide awake. But today, he took a nap, and I was trying to fight taking a nap. I keep getting smears on my prints using pigment ink. I'm using the refillable cartridges now, 7710 to print. Are you getting, okay, when you say smears, what type of smears are you getting? Is it like ink blobs? Is it also what type of paper are you using? Is it on regular matte paper this is happening, or like regular cardstock? Is this happening on glossy paper or glossy stickers? Need a little bit more information. That would be a good idea, but my phone literally just went dead while I was online. Actually, I need to plug this sucker up. Even brought me a whole charger for this room, but for some reason I always forget to actually use it, and I act as if the only charger I have is the one next to my bed. So I'll sit in my office with my phone dead for hours until I go to my room and put it on the charger. I just put it on there. So yeah, I'll probably have a little bit of juice, and then I can take a nap and then set my alarm. I use the same settings no matter what program I'm using. Brochure paper, is it glossy or is it matte? And what do you mean by smears? Like, is it just the ink is dragging, it's not drying? Because there's different things, different, the way that it's streaking, or what it's doing will be different depending on the type of paper. Now I'll be able to kind of help you, because it might be that you're using a paper that's not made for inkjet. You might have one that's made for laser, and that's gonna happen. Ooh, one time for fast charge. I am all the way at 3% right now. Glossy from Office Depot, streaking one spot, and it isn't all the time. Make sure that that paper is made for inkjet and is not for laser. That's the only thing. Glossy papers are very, very, very tricky when it comes to them. And are you getting like just lines of like just streaks going vertical, or is it kind of like it's not drying and maybe once you get to the end it smears towards the end of a print, meaning like it's going side to side, not up and down? That happened like for it smearing, and almost like it was just like someone took their finger and went across wet ink. That was happening at the bottom of my koala paper. And I mean, that was made for inkjet. It was just, I don't know what it was, where it, I put it on thick paper and envelope. It was a thinner paper. It was so crazy because on the thicker one, it didn't do that. But on the thin one, it's like it would scrape against it and it would smear at the like very, very end of the print. And it was annoying. So I had to stop using that koala paper. I refilled my ink 2 months ago. Today I printed 10 transfers and pressed them with no issue. Now I'm printing again. My black is fine, but my blues are pink. There is still ink in the cartridges. Any suggestions? First step of first line of defense when it comes to troubleshooting, especially with printers, is always to do a nozzle check, not a print head cleaning. Just go to settings, maintenance, and do a nozzle check to see if all of your colors are outputting correctly, even if they have ink in them. Because it may have, like, I'm not sure if you had just, or you say you put ink in them 2 months ago, and I mean, if it ran out and you kind of just topped it off, you may have gotten air bubbles in a line. So if it's printing pink, it's probably because your cyan is either non-existent completely or it has a lot of breaks in it. So nozzle check first to check to see if you have any broken lines. You can try to do if you do have broken lines, you can try and do a print head cleaning to see if it'll help clear it up. If it is completely missing, or, you know, if it's more than, I would say even 25%, like, you know, there's a lot of broken lines, you want to follow my video on pushing air through the vent hole, and that's going to force that air and push out any air. It's going to force the ink through the print head and force out any air pockets. Yeah, only thing you can do is try to slow down your printing. So you can go on there, like on your printer, and go into your settings and make sure that thick paper envelope is selected. You can, it says like drying time, change it to longer. The same things that you would do with a sublimation printer to kind of, you know, also try and help prevent those pizza wheels is the same thing that you would do, even though it's a pigment ink printer, because it's putting out a lot of ink. So it just might not be drying fast enough, and it's smearing once it gets to a certain part of the printer. So you can try those things. Make sure your on your computer is set to thick paper and envelope. Also on your computer, it's set to, on your computer and printer, it's set to thick paper. And then on the printer, drying time set to longer. And sometimes you put it on quiet mode, it does make it go a little bit slower. So that can also help as well. You are welcome. All right, we are at 55 minutes. So wanted to stay on no more than an hour. So in about 5 minutes or so, we are going to wrap this up. So it's the official. So it's not broken lines. It's not showing. See, I told you, I knew exactly what color it was. So yes, the best thing, if it's not broken lines and it's not showing up at all, one, you want to first actually take out your cartridge. Make sure, even though there might be ink in it, make sure that it is actually primed. Make sure that you did not put the vent plug back inside of it. If it is a vent plug, remove the vent plug and maybe just do a print head cleaning. If you pull it out and the circle in the middle is not primed, you want to go through and reprime it and then do a print head cleaning and see if that corrects it. If not, then push the air through the cyan cartridge. That is true. That is true. You, no matter, that's crazy. My notifications are turned on. I got all my notifications for the YouTube, but didn't get this one. Oh, wow. Not sure why. I finally finished because this young lady had dual enrollment. So I finished the one for her high school. I'm somewhat, I did this one in my class and I'm going to probably use this one, but I like the one for college. I didn't want it to be as busy as the one for her graduating from high school. So I'm still debating on if I want to do this one or not for the back side of it. Then I still have to do her shirts, which I'm waiting on my template from Innate Labs because I want to kind of use those graduation caps that she has in there, but I'm going to pull them out and still use them in Silhouette Studio. And I have to do yard signs and fans, and all this has to be done in order to ship out tomorrow. Nope, I don't have a set time. Today, it was because, I was going to go at 6, but I needed to wake up. I was at my desk about to fall asleep. So I figured if I do the Q&A, it'll keep me up so that I can finish the work that I need to finish because I need to design her yard sign. So. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you did say May 10th. Yep. I have to get these shipped out so that she had, oh no, May 11th, I think. Yeah. So I have to get them shipped out. Oh, crapola. I have an appointment tomorrow. Crap. That's going to set me behind going way to the VA hospital. But yeah, it's May 11th. Choose dual enrollment. Oh, I thought you said like the 10th or the 11th or something. Yeah, hers is, that's what they told me. Hopefully it's a different one, but yeah, hers is May 11th. Oh, wow. Thursday, Friday, and Monday graduations. Yep. Wait, Monday. Wait, what's Monday? Wait, she didn't say the 10th because she has to be at one on the 10th in Miami. Hers is on the 11th. Exactly. And I have work to do. VA is always slow and it sucks. There weren't a lot of questions in this one, but it'll stay up. The ones from this week for the Q&As, they will stay up all week long and then they'll go bye-bye because they're just general ones. This one didn't have a lot of like, you know, it was kind of your same basic type questions. But yes, you definitely can watch this after the live is over with. And we are at 1 hour. So thank you guys so very much for joining me. If you are just jumping on and you're like, dang it, hopefully you have your notifications on. I will not be doing lives like I was before the break and having them 3 times a week. They will be very much so spread out. I'm going to focus more on the pre-recorded content. And there will be some lives, but I will do them live so that I don't have to edit. And then they'll be ready for playback right then. I don't have to like record and then upload, but they will be on specific topics. So they won't be general Q&As because the membership is now open. Membership has its privileges. So my Q&As and that time will be reserved for those who are members of the Academy and the different memberships. If you don't know about those, you can head on over to academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. And where is that one? There we go. And the Academy memberships are now available. I will just do a quick rundown of what they are. The associate ones, so the Associates of Crafting membership is not open or not available right now. Well, you can pre-order, you can kind of enroll in it, but those videos will start to go up next week. And basically what this is, you technically have access to these anyway over on my YouTube channel and things like that, but I have them broken up into sections. So if I know I have a video and it's going over like using the well tool or like specific tools or for specific projects, it's almost like a full table of content, and you'll be able to click, like kind of search for what you want, click on the link and it'll take you right to that video. So it'll take the guesswork out of trying to find them. Also, like too many times people say, can you have a video for this? And I'm like, yes. Can you give me the link? No. I would have to go through and know exactly, like I would have to search it just like you would. So I don't have like all of my links just stored in my head. And, you know, I don't have anywhere to kind of refer them for a direct link. So with this one, you'll be able to go into that whenever you want. You're looking for something, kind of look for that, how they're broken up, and go through the list, and you'll be able to find that video. The Bachelor of Silhouette Science is for those who want to kind of take a slightly deeper dive into learning Silhouette Studio. So you will have access to my Essentials to Silhouette Studio course, which is your ultimate reference guide for Silhouette Studio. So I don't really want to call it a course, but it's like the ultimate video reference guide. It breaks down all of the essential tools and functions of Silhouette Studio when it comes to designing. And you also get access to my text effects bootcamp. And with that, you're going to see what Silhouette can really do in some of the different text effects. And you'll see things like replicate and offsets and subtracts and crops and wells and all kind of good jazz with that. And then you will have access to the professor's design vault. And I have created, like I've had to do some very basic and simple designs, things where it's just me maybe just bringing it in, doing a trace and detach on it and setting it up for a print and cut. You still can learn from that. So I'm going to go through the 6 years of designs and I'm making videos for them. So you're not going to get all 6 years as soon as you sign up. I will be adding new videos to it weekly as I go through and record them. But you do have access, and you have forever access to the Essentials of Silhouette Studio. So you can watch that back as many times as you need. But the membership is $15 per month, and that will give you access to the Design Vault. And as I continue to add videos and stuff in there, you can learn just by watching my process. If you are someone that wants more of like a more detailed kind of step-by-step, almost feels like hands-on feel, then you want to go ahead and sign up for the Masters of Studio Design Engineering. Yes, I gave it a really long name like that because it's about me teaching you the why of graphic designing. So like why, you know, someone can show you a video, like I just did the sunset. And it's like, okay, you're going to go, you're going to type it out, and you're going to put this here, and you're going to subtract it. Now, if you have to do something else, why are we doing this? So that you can fully understand, so that if you mess up, you understand how you messed up, how to undo it and redo it and get it to work. So it is really getting a full understanding of basic graphic design techniques via Silhouette Studio. And those are guided lessons. They come with practice assignments. So if I'm teaching on something, you are able to follow along. So you'll get all the same materials that I'm using in that lesson, and you will be able to follow along with it so that you can get a better understanding. There will be ones that, like lessons that are very, very beginner friendly. There are going to be some intermediate ones, some advanced ones, some multicolor tracings and things like that. So you'll see all of these different things and have everything that I'm using so that you can follow along with those lessons. And there will be live study sessions. So you still will get a hands-on feel, because every month there will be at least two, one in the morning, one in the evening, because everyone's schedule is different. And it's basically a live study session. All right. So, from anyone have any questions from any particular modules or videos or practice assignments? Anyone want to share their practice assignments and how they navigated through it? Anyone want to share something new that they learned? So it will be a study session, and I will go over and teach, and maybe even do, well, not say maybe, but I will do some of the practice assignments like live with, live on, like in the session, so that you can see me work through it and ask questions during that. So that is that one. That particular one is $105 to sign up. That's your enrollment fee. That gives you access to that Essentials to Silhouette Studio, the text effects, the tracing boot camp. And then once my e-guide is finished, you will receive that. And then, of course, you sign up for the monthly. That's how you get access to the Design Vault and the Y videos and all the practice assignments and things like that. The Doctorate of Creative Business is for someone who is trying to build a business from what they do creatively. So you're trying to turn your passion into profits, basically. And if that is you, you get everything that everyone else gets. So you get access to that table of content of videos. You get access to the Essential Silhouette Studio, and you also get my Shopify Basics class. You get my pricing calculator. So tools that are really going to help you with your business. And then you'll be able to attend the same sessions that everyone else attends, as far as the help sessions. And then you will also, like separate from anyone else, you will have access to business strategy sessions. So that's when we're going to go in there and have very real conversations, not these kind of speeches, like real world. What are some struggles? What are some wins? What are some things that you can try? Being very honest and transparent about where you are. People say they want help, but then they're so tight-lipped on what they're doing, what's not working for them, and they're not going to get any help. So it's not a one-on-one situation. It's going to be a group setting. If you are that person that's shy, you're not going to want to share and you're not going to participate to get the help. It's not going to be beneficial for you. Because it's really about those who are serious about their business. We'll talk about some marketing things, talk about ways that, sometimes it'll be me giving you hard truths. What you're doing is not working. It's time to pivot. It's time to make a change. If the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting to see change, and it's just not going to happen. So sometimes it's going to be tough love. Like, all right, it's time to let this go and kind of pivot. Or if you're still stuck on your way of doing it and you're not getting any results, you can't blame anyone but yourself. So that's what those like. We're going to have some serious business strategies. We're going to have profit by the numbers. And that's a session where I go and I take a certain industry. We break it down and someone kind of gives me a number. I want to make $70,000 a year. $70,000 for your business, $70,000 for you. So if you want to profit that and you want that in your bank account as your salary, your business has to make X, Y, and Z in order for you to get that based off of how you're paying yourself. And then if you're doing that, how to maximize your profits. We'll break down how much do you need to make per month So that breaks down to how many sales, what type of products are you selling? These average on this cost. You'd have to sell this many at this price to reach that number. You have to be able to work on this for this many hours to pump out those many items. And so it'll give you a realistic look. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to have a 6-figure, but you're doing processes where you're not going to get to 6 figures in what you are doing. A lot of people don't agree with me when I say this. If you are someone where everything that you do and your entire business is based around doing everything customizing and where they want it to be, or being able to leave their 9 to 5 or whatever hours you work, it becomes unrealistic. And so that's what this is about, is being open and honest and helping each other, and me helping you guys maximize your profit to where, if you desire, there's some people, they are perfectly okay with it being a side hustle. I'm cool with that. That's just how they are. And that's perfectly fine. This is something that you do, just to get a little extra change, instead of doing something strange for a little change, you craft for a little change. So that's what your desire is. But if you're wanting to grow and maybe even move out of your home, and you want to have a storefront where people can come and purchase certain things, talking about what does that mean to go into a commercial space? Are you prepared for that? Do you understand that it's a separate bill and not like a house bill? They charge you more for lights and water and cable and internet when you're in a commercial space. Understand that you have to have a certain type of insurance for that. If you're going to have staffing, you have to have workman's comp and all these different things. Are you prepared for what it is that you're wanting to do, and how to kind of get you and guide you there? It will not be so much on the legal side. I can give you help and guide you in the right direction. So then you talk to your tax professional, you talk to your lawyers, you talk to different people like that to take it to the next level. Talk to insurance companies, get quotes. I will not be able to help you with that part because that's not my area of expertise. I'm not certified in any of those areas. So you won't go back and say, oh, well, Shakia said, no. Shakia just gave you the ballpark. Shakia gave you, the starter and what you now need to research. Everything someone tells you, you still need to be doing your own research and figure out what works for you and what doesn't. All right. But that's what creative business is about. That one is $150 enrollment, and then it's $75 per month. There are some other benefits and perks and things like that to being in that particular membership. So you can go over to academy.silaholics.com to enroll in any of the memberships. All right. Okay, so they came in from a different one and block. All righty. No, so I'll have Q&A sessions, but I just won't have them as frequently. Before, I was doing them 3 times a week. I just will not be doing them as frequently. So, at least not as frequently on the open platforms. I will have at least 2 per month, but they just won't be, like I said, as frequent. Do I have what on Zoom as well? I'm not sure what you're asking. Do I have what on Zoom as well? Yeah, I have no idea. If you're referring to that guy, I have no idea what that person was writing. I feel good. I guess that's a good thing, though. I have a troll that lets you know that your videos are getting out there when you get a troll. So I don't get upset about them. I just block them. But, I thank them because that lets me know that I got to be doing something right and my videos are getting out there and I am worthy for a troll to come onto my platform and start to post foolishness. So, yeah, I don't stress about it. If that's what you're referring to, he was an idiot. If it's something else, ask your question. But I'm waiting for. So there are like the study sessions, the business strategy sessions, the profit by the number sessions. Yes, those will all be live Zoom sessions. But of course, the playbacks for them will be available for anyone that was not able to attend live. But yes, all of those will be live sessions because I need to talk to you and get your feedback and figure out what areas you need help with. But it's not one-on-one Zoom sessions. It is group Zoom sessions. So hopefully that answered your question. The enrollment is one time. To stay in it is a monthly fee to have access to those sessions and all of the additional content. That is a monthly session. I mean, a monthly fee, but the enrollment is one. If you already have, so if you go to the site and you see, you want to sign up, if you already have, let's say like Essentials to Silhouette Studio, if you already have, let's say you have all of them, you have Essential Silhouette Studio, you've taken the tech, like you were in the full July boot camp for text effects, and you have taken the you purchased the tracing masterclass. So you have all of the prerequisites. I will then just send you the link to pay your monthly payments. The enrollment is to cover those beginning classes. All right. I'm going to actually send out an email that kind of states that. I know some people don't always see the live videos. They don't get to the part where I'm talking about it. Email me if you already have any of those, and then I will send you a discount code to go on there and purchase. Also, if you want to break up your initial payment for these, you can also sign up straight from our website. So if you go straight to the Academy, you cannot break the payments up. But if you go straight to Silaholics Anonymous and go down here, you would be able to use Shop Pay, and it's through Affirm, to have 4 payments, like, broken up into 4 payments. So if you want to if you cannot break up your monthly payment because, hey, it's a monthly payment, but that first one, if you want to be able to break that up, you would go over to the shop site and enroll from here. But if you're going to pay the whole thing, just go to the Academy site. All right. So hopefully that clears it up. And also email me. I think I said that. Email me, silaholicsanoms@gmail.com, if you have any of the prerequisites. I'm trying my best to kind of go through and refund if I have to, but push comes to shove, if you already have any of those prerequisites, if you send me an email because you already signed up, I'm going to offer you either basically a one-on-one session, or I can enroll you in one of the other classes that you have missed. So there's a class on the site, because you do not get access to all of the other classes that I've done with this, because some of those were $150 classes. So you do not get access to all of those, but a lot of the concepts that are taught in those, you will learn them over time. But if you want to take any of those, you will receive a discount code to be able to get those at a lower price, but they are not included fully in this membership. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, guys. Thank you so very much for joining me for Ask the Professor. It is National Small Business Week. So for this week, I will be live all week long to do the Q&As tomorrow. I was going to actually do it at my regular 9:15 time tomorrow, but I completely forgot that Zainamani has an appointment at 10 o'clock and I have one at 12. So I won't be doing that one tomorrow. So on Thursday, and definitely on Friday, because on Friday, Patrice goes live and Gucci goes live. So on Friday, for sure, I will be at my regular 19 a.m. And I might also do a lunchtime. Actually, no. Thursday, I might do a lunchtime. Tomorrow will still be evening. Thursday, I'll do a lunchtime live. And then Friday, I will be on in the morning. All right. All right, guys. Until next time, have a great one and be incredible. Peace.